Quynh Trang, and now this is my presentation about riders' performances. So, let me tell you something. I have a younger brother. He's a teenager, so of course, he loves to prove himself in many ways, like smoking, and of course, it has riding, but truly he never did the same thing like that, or I think he really wanted to do, but he couldn't. So, I think everyone is, wants to prove themselves that I am better than the other ones. Maybe in education, in school, in a singing contest, but in riding performances, it's not the right way to prove anyone's self. Firstly, I think it's very dangerous for your life, and if you do it in the empty road, just you are in danger. But if you do it in a crowd road, and many other people will involve.
So these guys, they do these crazy things to prove themselves. But who are they proving themselves to?
I think another riders, or maybe they just sick of their life, and they want to they sick of anything, and they don't care.
And what do you think the government or the police should do to deal with such traffic violators?
I think the government or the police should ban so hard and give
Okay, so they should we say in English, clamp down on these offenders. What sort of punishments do you think are suitable for these crazy riders?
I think punish them by money is not a good, but I think we should make them to go to the jail.
Really?
No money, go to the jail if you do this, and if you have a chance to affect to other people's life, I think they should dead.
Well, that's another question I was going to ask, was in what ways do these actions harm society, apart from the dangerous driving?
First, it will make the teenagers, the teenagers may see it as a cool or hot thing to do, so they will copy it, because the teenagers, they didn't have the right thought of what way is the good way to prove themselves. So I think that, and of course it will make dangerous to other people.
And in what ways can, I don't know, apart from sending them to jail or the police punishing them, what can we do to stop these people riding in this way?
I think each family should love their children and give them a good environment, so they have a love to life, and they don't want to waste their lifetime to prove to anyone, because being a human is the best thing in the world. So you have to prove.
Okay. Well, thank you very much.
Thank you. Thank you.
congratulations. Now we'd like to hear some comment from the judge panel.
Hello. Excuse me. You seem to be a little bit of nervous, so you could make your speech fluently, like you did on the several part. But you rarely make mistake on spelling. But for the content, for the ideas, there's something to expand more. Not just about the danger for himself, for the people, but also for the others. So it is better if you could expand more and try to avoid vocal filler every time you say, every time your idea is paused. So just don't use vocal filler like just pause and stop. So when you get the idea back, you can say, you can continue your speech. But congratulations.
Thank you.
I would like to add one more opinion on on the ideas. I think you should mention the negative impact of the action on the society, on the younger generation, and then it would be I'm really interested in the way that you begin your speech, dramatic one. You give an example, the story, then that is the creative way. Yeah, and that's all. Yeah. And then it's time for me to announce your scoring for your pronunciation. We both get 15 for you, and language use we got 16. For the idea, the content, we got 13, and it's not so fluently. You didn't do it fluently, then you got 15. And the last one, persuasive speech, you got 16. And the total for you would be 75.
Thank you very much.
And about Mr. Sunny, however.
Okay. Well, it felt the topic wasn't one that you're particularly familiar with, perhaps. So maybe it was a little bit difficult to think of ideas to express yourself. I thought, pronunciation-wise, I would give you a 15. There are a few things. For example, very common is instead of about, it's abawa, abawa. You know, very typical thing. Small matter, but one I noticed. Language use, yeah, I thought pretty good. 17. Content and ideas, again, just as my fellow judges were saying, I think you need to expand on your ideas a little bit. I felt that sending them all to jail might be a bit harsh, and we might have liked to explore some other ideas for that. And again, just as Miss Quynh said, the negative impact on society could actually be explored further. So I would give you 14 for the contents and ideas. Fluency, again, it's quite a lot of pausing, a lot of stopping and starting, but 15. And in terms of persuasive speech, again, totally agree with my fellow judges. I thought your opening was fantastic, a bit of personal story, and for that I 16 for pervasive speech, which will bring us to the grand total of 77. Well done.